don't like all his bodies, does he?
Does he? Hell, never does.
That new girl didn't seem to move much, did she?
He knows Liz doesn't.
It's a good job, but after 46 years you're ready for retiring. We don't compare to foreign drivers in retirement because the Germans retire at 55 and the Austrians retire at 52. We retire at 65.
Yeah.
I usually travel incognito.
It surprised me. Is that
He's very small though, isn't he, Eric? Small build, what? What do you think, Eric? Is it coming on?
Well, you know, I'm a connoisseur on this.
Yeah.
I think he's talented.
Do you know, Eric, I've yet to find out what you're not a connoisseur of.
Well, if you're a connoisseur of life, you know,
Now you're
That's
stuck
right,
the word
that's
there.
right, yes.
You're stuck there, Eric.
I know one thing, if I had that talent, I'd go to
It's got a big mortgage though, it's got to do a job.
Oh, no.
Yeah?
I quite like my job, really.
Yeah.
You know.
Rembrandt and all those didn't worry about money, did they?
No.
Have you seen the proposals, by the way? If we agree to conditions at the vast, just over 13,000. If we want a 37-hour week, it's back down to 10.5 grand. But with 13 and a bit, you lose all your allowances and increments and everything. Otherwise, it's just over 10.5. So,
That's no good to us.
Newcastle men have got them. Why we haven't got them, God help me.
That's no good to us.
Jump in here if you're going. Going now.
Thank you. Sorry. See you later, Jim.
Yeah, okay.
Barry, you've had a meeting with the RMT on senior conductors.
Unfortunately, we're not making the progress that we thought we were going to make, despite the lengthy working party involvement and the joint participative approach we've taken here. We discovered that the proposal we put to them has actually been rejected on 4 key accounts. One is the concept of the quality review and the issue of performance-related pay, which they're unhappy about. Secondly, the issue of contract hours. They're pursuing a policy of the trade union desirous a shorter working week, whether it be 35 hours or 37 hours or whatever, but they want that translated into the maximum amount of rostered available hours, and that clearly is unacceptable to us. The other problem is on enhancements, where they want to continue with the process of a significant number of different enhancements to make up pay, whereas we had, of course, proposed that we would actually increase basic quite substantially, whilst at the same time running down the enhancements. And the final area, which is very difficult, is the issue of individual duty days, where clearly we want to go significantly higher than the current rostered maximum of 9 hours, and they do not wish to see a movement beyond that. We have to reconsider our position, I think, in the light of the debate that we had last week, and frankly go back to the RMT, I think, with one final bid to try and get some movement on these key issues.
So essentially where we're at is that we put a proposal to the union as the representatives of senior conductors. The proposal increases earnings,
Yes,
reduces hours,
yes,
and increases pension very substantially.
yes,
Now, despite those rather positive things, it is not, at the moment, it is not in fact acceptable to the RMT.
Large parts of Britain have had what's thought to be their coldest weather for 4 years. Bitterly cold winds have produced temperatures well below freezing. The weather, which is being brought about by cold air coming from central Russia, is forecast to last for some time.
The morale went from up here to inches off the floor in a 12-month, and it's a long way back, and they're not getting there at all.
Why is that?
Because they don't listen to the men. They seem hell-bent on making it a service that's going to be easily sold off, that looks good to the private sector. And to do that, the men's conditions and things have been eroded. I mean, we've been fighting for shorter hours, not longer hours, and yet they're proposing a contract week of 46 hours, including Sundays, short turnarounds, things like that. That's going backwards, not forwards. I've got a family at home. I want to spend more time with my family, not at work. You know, Sundays has always been traditionally my day, and I reserve the right to sell them any time that I should spend at home at a premium, and I reserve the right to say no, I don't wish to work weekends and things like that, you know. And at the minute I've got that right, and if I want to sell them at an enhanced rate I can do. But under the new conditions I won't have that right. Sundays will become part of the normal working week, and I can't get on with that. If anybody had ever told me I would have stayed on railway for 21 years, I would have laughed at him. Started as a 17-year-old cabin lad. Just making entries in train register. And stayed all this time, eh?
Must be good then.
Well, I enjoy it. I wouldn't do it if I didn't enjoy it.
I'll have the chicken.
Thank you very much, sir. Will it be down now, sir?
No.
Okay. Will it be down, sir?
Yes, please.
I've everything but the pork satellite, it's all gone, I'm afraid.
Okay, well, I'll have the next one. Thai Pejuri.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'll just have the salmon.
Just the salmon, sir, okay.
Like some ice, sir.
Please. Thank you.
I want to know why the train can't issue Valium to its regular customers.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Just make sure it's you. Thanks.
Thank you.
Have you had a nice day?
Not had a very good day today. The recession is unfortunately catching up with us at the moment, and being seriously affected today. You know, hopefully we'll pull through. I'm optimistic. I've got through today anyway, which was probably one of the main crises I have.
Actually, very few people would have dealt with a day like today because it would have just been too much to cope with. She's my hero.
I got on the train and it wasn't announced till after we were on the train, just before it left, so I went down and spoke to a man as I was standing in the door, and he was standing outside the door, and he waffled on about something, and then the door shut and I had 3 big bags on, so I couldn't hop off.
Well, it was advertised before you got on the train?
I didn't know. I didn't know because the queue was outside, and I just asked someone in the queue if that was the train for Leeds.
Yeah.
I really didn't know.
Yeah, but on board it said you could use savers and super savers on this train.
On board where?
On the board at King's Cross.
No, it didn't, because I saw it before we left.
It
It says outward portions and return portions, super saver says no, 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 no to all destinations. And it says yes in black letters, the others are in red.
But I'm afraid I really didn't see that. And I've got this train before, but I had a full ticket, you see, so I just didn't think. And I did try and get off, but I just didn't have time. I tried to find out if I was okay or not.
Well, you have to pay the excess, I'm afraid.
British Rail is grossly underfunded. I actually feel very strongly that the system breaks down. There's no slack in the system. They don't have the funding to be able to have the spare rolling stock so that if there is a breakdown they can immediately replace it. So there are delays and passengers naturally get annoyed. But I don't think they should be annoyed with British Rail necessarily. They should be annoyed with a government that won't give a commitment to properly funding and subsidising a public service.
It's been a long day. It's third day though. The third day is you're always tired on your third day. Tomorrow and Friday makes it easier. Friday's quite hands off. We've been quite busy this week. I think everybody's forgotten about the recession, so we've had quite a busy week.
How many hours a day do you run?
Start at 5 o'clock. Book on 5 o'clock, and finish. Well, tonight we're running an hour and something late, so it's about 16 hours by the time we finish today. So, but usually 14, and if things go right, 14 and a half hours a day.
Yeah, 2 seconds, let's just mop up the mess. Right, go on, I'll put some places on.
In the morning I do breakfast, 80 breakfasts this morning. We've less than an hour really to serve that because Eric and Sally's got to get the bills on. So you've 80 breakfasts to knock out in. You've got to have it done within half an hour, 3/4 of an hour.
I might just get last in. Sorry?
Can you sign my card? This train's been late.
For what, sir?
Otherwise I'll be arrested. It's not, I don't like to be back at a certain time, that's all.
Oh, I see, yeah. Certainly.
Otherwise, you know.
Not good, eh? Struggling a little bit.
Did a bit of sleep?
A lot of sleep, yeah.
Will they get up?
Yeah, just bit at a time, until it gets to the top. Once it gets engine over the top, it'll be sound. Last night, they was asking about what effect the inclement weather would have, and there was assured that it would have no effect whatsoever. So, it has proved not to be the case.
The trains were all delayed initially out of London. There's some problem with the overhead lines. Not when I left, no. But it's pretty bad here. Well, it's hard to tell out there. It's pitch dark. But it's obviously some gradient.
It's from Mr. Pearson, who's meeting me at Bradford. If somebody could just explain that we're being delayed and that I will arrive there eventually.
I actually had a birthday party to go to at 8 o'clock, so it's the kiss of death, is that? Any arrangements like that, the kiss of death. Once again, I can only apologise for the very late arrival of your service and for the fact that my estimated arrival times were a little wide of the mark. Passengers with connections at Leeds should consult platform staff and television screens. Passengers leaving the train, please ensure you have your luggage and personal belongings with you. Once again, on behalf of Intercity, I can only apologise for the late arrival and the inconvenience that this will cause. Leeds next stop, all change please. Technam's also as long to get from Wakefield as it's took to get up to Wakefield. Marvellous, eh? Excuse me, gents.
Iris,
Yes.
do you know what Roy earns?
No, not really.
You mean he doesn't tell you what he earns?
No, not fully.
So what do you earn, Roy?
I'm not telling you. No, this is the rates for our job now.